I just came back from folding my jumper, and today I'm going to ask you a question. Do you feel FOMO when you see other people making money? Be honest with me. Of course you do. Everybody does. That's how people get emotional when they start trading and investing and playing with finances, and that's how they end up in hot water. What's going on here? What happens is, first, you feel the FOMO. But I'm going to show you something. You see this dude? I'm going to look at this candle. You see this candle, friends? You see this big fat green candle to the sky, the God candle? This person bought the coin Trump because Trump returned back to Twitter. He bought Trump. Let me show you what actually happened. This person lost over 10 Ethereum. Actually lost 11 Ethereum here. Yes, minus 10 ETH instantly. Look what happened. Look what happened on the chart. Look how disgusting the chart is. Bang. Snap. Dumped. You see that? Now, why I've made this post is I'm here just to share with you. All right. So this person immediately, he's taken a 10 ETH loss. There you go. 10 ETH gone. Imagine how much you could do with 10 ETH considering all the cheap altcoin prices down here. So I've told you now, you are only going to hear about people and their wins. Most of the time. They're going to talk about their winning bags. You're going to get the idea, the impression that they're always winning. You're not going to know their win rate. You're not going to know that they're in private groups. You're not going to know that 90% of their edge is they get in with a group of friends and they all have followers and they all start tagging it and they get people to buy. You're not going to know that part. You're going to think that you're early. You're going to think because this person posted something on Twitter like 1 hour ago, you see that little 1H? Because they posted 1 hour ago, you think you're still early. What you don't know is there's literally like a network of like 400 people that are already in. That's what it comes down to. You don't see the other 9,000 times that they got crushed. Why do you think they do what they do? It's because they started losing at the start. That's why. It's because this is what they know. They started doing it the quote-unquote normal way with everybody else. And they realized, I don't like this. This doesn't work. And I don't want to hold long, so I've got to do something else. And then now you know what it is. It's shilling to people like you. You've got to be super careful of this. Okay. You don't see all of their losses. Survivorship bias. That's what it is. You're only looking at the survivors. All right. You're not seeing, okay, this person got clobbered. And why this is so important is I'm here to prepare you for future narratives. In future narratives, we're going to see the government try to attack crypto more. You're going to see lower euphoria. Lower, not more, less. The gains are going to be less. You're going to think your $1,000 is going to run 250x. But what might happen is it taps 26x, 16x, back down to 4. You never get out because you never had anything more than just $1,000 at the start. Most of people and their returns, they're going to make the mistake only because their entry size was too small. They're going to think it's going to keep going forever and ever. We are going to see more attacking from the government. So I even have here the US government, right, arresting the Tornado Cash developer. They claimed, they said, oh, you could have put a KYC on the front page, but you couldn't. If you read these finer details, you'll be able to flesh it out. You see how much of bogus US government clown stuff this is. But you're going to see more of it. We're in the then they fight you phase. Remember, first they ignore, then they laugh, then they fight, then you win. We're in the then they fight you phase. We're going to see more of it. The government, there's deep corruption. They're the frauds. Okay? We all band together. But this is because we're backs against the wall. When it comes to this type of language, this is not an environment of 2017. 2017 was an up-only cycle. This was, then they laugh at you. They were laughing here. This is John McAfee, rest in peace, talking about eating his genitals. This is everybody joking. This is Bizanacci, the God meme creator. Bump it. All of them created here. The then they laugh at you phase. All the classic memes of Bitcoin. This was a meme renaissance here. Meme renaissance. We don't have that now. We're in the then they fight you phase. Just think about the price action that's going to come in then they fight you. That's why if you let yourself fall victim to this FOMO of seeing other people moving their coins, this and that, you're going to screw up. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because if you screw up in 2024, unfortunately, what's going to happen is 2025 January is going to come and everybody is going to be telling you that the best is yet to come and we have a whole year of a bull market to go if it plays out like this. Now, we don't know when the cycle can break. Of course, the S&P can roll over, but this is where the trap forms. Because people kept chasing FOMO, they were basically buying too early in the cycle without knowing. Effectively, you're buying coins with a duration life of like 48 hours to 1 week. As you go longer throughout the cycle, those 2 to 7 day durations become like 5 to 20 days. And then by the end of the cycle, you just have a full-on like 30 day to 60 day to 90 day, 2 to 3 months of just everything going up. That's the very end. That's actually what happened at the very end here. 2 to 3 months of everything going up. February, March, April, like that. That's the very, very, very end. So you can afford to make mistakes in February, March, but only if you knew April was the top. But everybody was lulled into a false sense of security because we all thought in February we got a whole year of playing around. Very wrong. That's why I'm here to protect you from the next cycle. If you just keep chasing all these other pump and dump trash coins, you might find at the end that because these gains are so little, you might go back in time and say, you know, if I just bought this one thing here or down here, if I just bought this one thing and I just held it, you would have made like a clean 10 or 20 or 30 on the whole portfolio. That's what I strongly believe will happen. I think you increase your probability of survival by doing this. And not even think I know this. You know Metcalfe's law. You know there are communities out there who are loud. You know there are communities out there disappearing. You can see it. You can feel it. You can sense it. This is how you can increase your chance of winning. Chasing other coins and doing all these, they're good and they're fun. Sure, they are. But you're going to have to promise yourself. You don't have to worry about me. I'm asking you, friends. We're in the then they fight you phase. How many mistakes can you afford to make? I don't think there's any room for error. There will be a bit of room for error as we progress to 2024, but nowhere near compared to what we had before. And I have this lovely comment here from Jay Plush asking, right, what's the over-under on when physical cash becomes obsolete? It has to be soon now. If they're demanding KYC on a literal privacy protocol, when you see these things coming, when you're seeing these, how do we interpret it? Well, see, friends, okay, just to let you know, there's a famous saying, market wisdom, okay? The reason why people who sell the bottom lose is because you think about who are they selling to? Just think about this. Who are they selling to? Let's say your Bitcoin at 15,000. Why wasn't Bitcoin 0? Why wasn't it 0? The reason why Bitcoin was at 15 or 16,000 and it wasn't 0 was because there were people buying Bitcoin from 15 to 20,000 who controlled the future. So you can actually, one better way, instead of knowing the future, another path forward is to control the future. The insiders, they control it. They're the ones who are going to file for that BlackRock ETF. They're the ones who are going to do the bans. They're the ones who are going to say, okay, let's do this clown stuff against these different protocols. Let's make MetaMask require wallet identification, passports. They control the future. Not know the future, they also control it. You see that advantage out here? Now, as these things are coming out, I want you just to be intellectually honest. When you see all these things, like then they fight you phase, coupled with, okay, what's this weird stuff? Like you eventually know they're doing some sort of CBDC in the background and there's a BlackRock ETF. I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I don't see all these events as random. Okay, I don't see them like, oh, they're just random things that happen. A lot of people will tell you, no, they're just random. A lot of people, I understand, all the fake scientists from traditional media and all the fake educators who are just basically paid, they're paid furus. You know, the science community has paid furus. They will often come out as sociologists and they'll tell people like, you know, humans, we always love looking for the conspiracy. We like seeing a pattern where there's no pattern. You know, like things happen and then it's your mind. This is gaslighting. This is like, well, you saw stuff and then you just concluded things wrong. This is exactly what they want you to think. Think about it. If you controlled the future and people were figuring it out with their googly eyes, wouldn't you want to tell them, oh, it's all in your head. It's just a coincidence. You're just putting a pattern where there's no pattern. Isn't exactly what you would want. Think about it. That's how you have ultimate power. Now, we know for a fact, if they are coming to attack and they're coming to do the CBDCs, you know it's only going one way. We've got to front run the crowd. That's it. We're going to front run the crowd. I don't know if this 70% chance of the BlackRock BlackBerry ETF is going to happen where it's actually kind of a triple top and we see them. I don't know if that's going to happen. But all I do know that it's the perfect scenario to grab more power. So think about this in the context of chasing other new altcoins that come around, all this new stuff, right? So I know you can look at other ecosystems, friends. It's okay. I always put, yes, you can put 90% core, play 5 or 10% lottery. You can do that. But I know what happens, man. A lot of people, you start moving to 100% lottery. People start doing that. I'm starting to see that. People going really, really big. I'm not going to make any comments, but they're going to learn the hard way. They'll be mentioned in a tweet, maybe not, and then we'll just move on. When have you, okay, just want you to think about this. Do you know anybody who did this in 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017? Do you know anybody? No. Why? It's because the more they trade, the more they flip around, they significantly increase their risk of bankruptcy. That's what happens. Much more greater than they think. So the stakes are high here. We're in the then they fight you phase. Everybody's going to have a lowered return. So who's going to win at the end? There's no room for error here. If you screw up by the end of 2024, you don't have a nice 12 months in 2025 to make it all back if this scenario plays out. So you got to get things right the first time. That's why we're friends. Like, subscribe, bell button all. Appreciate every single one of you. Time to shock the algorithm. Time to tell mum and dad we do love and appreciate them. Catch you in the next one.